If you want to start your online business and you're scared of failing, don't worry, you will. You're going to spend late nights, hundreds of hours pouring your life energy into your online business, your precious baby, and nothing will come out of it. Everyone around you will think that you're weird for pursuing this. You're going to start to think that you're weird for pursuing this. You're going to start to doubt yourself, to think if you're actually cut out for online business. And that's perfectly fine. And I know this because when I started my own online business 20 months ago, this is exactly what happened to me. Looking back, I had no idea what I was doing. I just saw some guy saying like, oh, you can make money by posting about your interests in Twitter. And my first thought was, oh, perfect. I've been reading a bunch of self-improvement books. Now I can share them online. I had no idea how I was going to monetize this. I had no idea where I was going to take this. I just saw someone else was doing this, so I just jumped right onto the bandwagon. But since then, I've been able to turn posting on X into my full-time job. I've helped a bunch of people make good money doing what they love, all with an amazing audience of under 6,000 followers. Because you've probably seen a bunch of success stories, a bunch of podcasts, a bunch of YouTube videos about people succeeding, about them making it big with their online business. And yeah, good for them. But just binge watching those is not going to help you scale your own online business. So instead, let me walk you through my first 6 months of online business, just so you know what to expect and so you don't burn out and crash out in time. Because when I first started my online business, I had no clue what I was doing. And because of that, I nearly quit. I nearly burned out multiple times, way more than I had to. So anyway, posting on Twitter. Once again, can I just reiterate, I had really no idea what I was doing. I just saw some guy doing it and I thought I'd do it too. I wasn't even posting any entrepreneurial business lessons or anything. I just came up with these like short little phrases, short little platitudes, and just posted them online and somehow hoped to make money from this. In fact, here's me thinking I was so cool, celebrating my first 100 followers by just saying like, oh, I'm so virtuous. I don't care about the numbers. I care about the people. Okay, whatever. I guess this just goes to show that if I can make it, anyone else can. One fundamental truth about the online business space, or no matter what online business you're pursuing, no matter how scared you are of failure, no matter how many of these you've tried and failed before, is that you just need to start now. I learned this the hard way through many other business models. I quit them because I thought that I was doing everything right and it just wasn't working. So I thought maybe it's just not for me, or maybe this doesn't work anymore, or maybe something is wrong here. Maybe I got scammed. When in reality, you just don't know what you don't know. And knowing what you don't know only comes by experience, by just starting it and failing and trying again and seeing how it goes, just learning from it, learning from that. Based on what I've seen with my friends, with reading all these business books from successful entrepreneurs and learning from those people who failed, is that online business or business in general has like a blow up point where you start by doing absolutely nothing for however long, and then you suddenly have one moment where everything just pops off and you'll be surprised where all this success was hiding from in the first place. See it like a door with 100 locks. And every time you learn something new about your online business, whether you unlock like a new micro skill, like for example, you get better at marketing, you learn something new about acquiring clients, or you learn to present yourself better, that's like one lock being unlocked. But the thing is, as long as there's still one lock that's still locked, you won't be able to open the door. And online business is the same way. You could be unlocking locks, you could be making progress, you could be getting better, but you won't see any results until all the locks are opened. And then after that, everything just happens exponentially because like now the door is open, last time it was closed. It is difficult, yes, but at the end of the day, you are learning a whole new skill. Like people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars and spend years in schools, in universities to learn these, like engineering, like being a doctor, like being a lawyer. I'm Asian, so these were the top three that came to mind. People spend so much time, money, education, just learning skills. So us learning a brand new skill also, it isn't meant to be something that we can just download into our brains overnight and wake up and make 10K a month, make 20K a month, just like that. That's just not feasible. This isn't some cheat code. This is a logical way to make money. But to an extent, I know it's easy to say now that I've seen like a small amount of success. It's good that it's difficult, because if it was easy, everyone would do it. The way I see it is like the Dunning-Kruger effect. I'm going to put up a picture on screen because I may have butchered the description. That whole dip, the valley of despair, is like a rite of passage almost, that people need to go through in order to succeed, to show that they are actually capable of the success. Sure, some people's rite of passage will be easier than others. Some would take months, some would take years. Like for me, I've started in the online business space like 5 years ago. Granted, I didn't work as hard at it as I could have because I was going through like other life things at the time, like studies and stuff. But some people it could take 5 years. Some people it could take like 2 months. It's just how long it takes to actually get good enough at whatever you're doing in order to make money from it, where you unlock all the locks in order to open the door. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, yeah, this is going to take a significant amount of time. I'm just going to start later, when I finish my studies, when it's a new season in life. But honestly, I would suggest just start now. I am completely aware that I am a stranger across the screen sitting in an air conditioned room who does this full time. So I guess take it with a grain of salt. But my point is, there's no perfect condition that's ever going to happen. For me personally, I started my online business when I had just moved countries. Everything was just haywire. I wasn't really sure job wise what I do. I didn't really have any friends here. And in those conditions, I created my online business and it started taking off from there. I know a friend who was working two jobs and yet he was still able to make online business work. In fact, just a couple months after he started, he texted me saying like, hey, I paid my rent with the money I made online, which just shows how possible it is, even if you're working two jobs, even if you're busy. Once again, with a grain of salt, no matter what stage of life you're in, I would recommend just starting the online business or whatever business you want to start now. Because at the end of the day, when you do succeed, and I truly say when, because I do believe it's very possible for everyone to succeed, it's worth it. Yeah, the money is nice, but it's also more than that. Like, it's the people you meet, all the more like-minded people who you have the privilege of hopping on calls with, meeting up in real life with, or even just using the extra cash you earn to just treat your friends, your family, and just contribute more to society as a whole. And that's just special. It just makes you fulfilled, and it's a weird metric, like whoever says, start a business to feel fulfilled, but that's just how it is. I know this was more of a short video, so if you want to see a longer, more in-depth video about me breaking down my entire client acquisition process, how I get clients, my business model, just click on this video here. If not, yeah, have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.